Ashley.
I'm Talia.
This week we're going to talk about co-writing. What are the ingredients that go into a successful co-writing relationship? So we're going to talk about that.
Gosh, how did this all start?
Sleepover in 7th grade. We wanted to write stories. Came up with the Dream Watcher.
At this point, I had already started writing stories with a couple other friends. So one of us would write a couple pages of what would happen, and then we'd pass it to the next person, and they'd write back.
Yeah, and for us, and I feel like for me also, this is kind of mostly how it worked, is you picked a character, you created your character, and then like you would write a chapter from your character's perspective, and then they would write from their character's perspective.
Yeah, so that's how it started. I came up with Iana, she came up with Galeen, except they were named Gale.
Current.
Yes, but that's what we did. And we picked Greek mythology and just started writing. Now, here's the thing. Ashley went to a different school. She moved away.
We were close enough that we still saw each other a lot. We still did sleepovers and had like parties. But we didn't see each other like every single day.
I think it gave us time to really think about what we wanted to write. So what would happen is I had the notebook with the Dream Watcher called The Holonukes at the time. I'd write a couple pages. I'd see her that weekend and give it to her, and then she'd take it home and write the next part, and then next time we saw each other, she'd give it back. And then we decided, well, one person is sitting there waiting for the notebook for too long, so...
Yeah, so we started writing more books. So the next one that we started writing was Ashes, about people who could turn into animals.
We called it Arborea.
Oh yeah, we called it Arborea first. So then we started doing, like, I would have Arborea, she would have the Holonukes, and then we'd each write, and then we'd see each other and switch. And then we'd write and switch and write and switch and write and switch.
So it was fun. We'd write like the next part of the story, again from the other person's perspective. It got pretty epic. And then we were like, well, we don't really know where we're going. Maybe we should make a timeline. So we started talking timelines and then making it more structured. And so that was really neat.
Yeah.
But we added more.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
And more.
We eventually had 10 books going at once. So she would have 5, I would have 5. We'd write a chapter in each one. Next time we saw each other, we'd switch.
But we would also read them to each other. So
it
took like a good...
It was basically our entire friendship.
It was our friendship. We brought one to give an example.
Yes.
It says The 13th Arrow by Myra Davis. This is how it would go. So she finished here and I'd pick up here.
Good times.
We felt something when we were writing, when we would read to each other and come up with crazy plot twists in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
And we'd be like, I think we were meant to do this. Like, I really do.
And I'm good at it.
And it was different from anything that we were doing with our other friends. It was a different level of commitment and talent and cohesion between us.
Yes. We get more serious. We actually ended up sometimes being like, okay, you start at the beginning of the book, I'll start in the middle of the book. We'll write forward, and then you write a chapter, and then she'd go back and read the chapter, edit that chapter. And then I'd go back and read the edits that she made, and then we'd call that chapter good. So we had
a system. And it was good because then we started writing from the other character's perspective too, and the whole thing got blended rather than Ashley's writing, my writing.
Exactly. We smoothed out kind of the voice for the whole story.
And I think we have complementary strengths and weaknesses in a lot of areas. And there's some things that we're both good at.
Oh yeah.
We're both pretty good at dialogue, I think.
She's really good at plotting. Like, whenever I'm working on even my own stuff, I'm just like, Talia, help me!
I think Ashley's really good at transitioning and making everything natural. Just like all the in-between stuff that I just struggle with. It's just everything flows from one thing to the next and it makes sense. Also, she fixes all of my punctuation in quotes, and
she fixes all of my run-on sentences.
Yes.
Her first drafts are always a lot nicer than mine. But I get them out faster.
Yes. We went through and edited the Dream Watcher before we put it on Swoon Reads. You know, we just had a Google Doc and I combed through the whole thing ahead of her and just...
Yeah, and then I would like resolve her comments and make more comments, and
then I'd go back. It was just like a crazy mess, but it was super helpful. And
yeah,
we'd be like,
worked.
This whole scene is pointless. What are we doing?
Yeah. this scene needs major reworking. Do you want to take that?
I think a benefit of co-authoring is that you got somebody else to keep you going when you burn out. So
oh yeah,
you've got, like, I can't do this scene anymore, you take it. And then stuff still happens. Then you're like, that was brilliant, that's exactly what it needed, and it's not all on you to get it done.
Yeah.
About co-authoring is that there's somebody who's in the journey with you, somebody who's excited with you as you're going. And even writing my own stuff now, I love my story, but I miss that.
I mean, we still read each other's stuff and edit it, and we still leave comments like, oh my gosh, this is so cool!
2,000 exclamation points later.
We have other friends who are like, we're super close to, and we love them so much, and they're also writers and talented or doing other things. But like, we had the chemistry, we were able to cooperate, communicate, like...
The same things get us excited, and I think that's a big thing to factor in when you're working with somebody. Did we ever disagree on anything?
I mean, if we did, it was like, and you were like, okay, well, let's tick through it.
I think the biggest things we disagreed on is like, I think he should say this line, or this
like,
sentence should be structured this way. And I'm like, I liked that line. Why do you not like that line? Like,
yes, we've learned a lot from each other. I feel like I've grown so much because of her as well. As things we started together, both of us started writing as complete novices. And then since we kept writing together for the most part, we stayed at the same level. We didn't have to carry each other. So that was also really helpful.
Co-authoring works for us.
We love it, and we love each other.
It's great. Tell us what you guys think of co-authoring if you've tried it.
Oh yeah. Tell us your stories. Give other people advice that maybe we missed or something. It's great. Bright ink.
Over and out.